Fashion for me is like a lifeline. It helped me during some really difficult times. So for me, it's like a place of expression, and it's where and how I express myself. When I started, I was like, what am I doing? I've like made the biggest mistake of my life. It is such a difficult industry to get into, and a lot of people believe that it is very showy, very glamorous, which there is that element to it, but behind the scenes it is a lot of hard work. For me, there was no giving up because I just didn't have anything else that I wanted to do or could do. I'd invested so much time, money, effort, I'd made so many sacrifices, so I wasn't just about to give up. I'm a person, once I'm in something and I'm focused on it, I'm going to give it 110%, well, 150%. My fashion business is about creating women's wear that is sexy, that is powerful, that is sophisticated and a little bit classy. It has a bit of audacious attitude and a little bit of decadence, hence the name. I target women from 18 to 40, 45 with my ready-to-wear and handmade stuff. That's like the designs I do under the Dolls of Decadence umbrella. But with the custom made, it is really anyone. So anyone who wants a custom outfit, they can come to me. There is no age limit. So I've done stuff for children, I've done stuff for older women, and anywhere in between. I use fashion as a medium of telling a story. Like if you look at all the collections I did from the very beginning of when I started my fashion journey, it was very poignant to where I was in my life or what I was trying to say. So it was a way of communicating. When I started in my journey in fashion, I was in a difficult relationship and there was a lot of domestic violence. So fashion was kind of my outlet and just channeling myself into being creative, and it was kind of like my way out of where I was at that point in my life. The very first collection that I did was called Doll Domination. So it was almost like an introduction to what the brand was about. Followed on from that, I did a collection which I titled Beautiful Ugly, which was very much about the conflict of my life situation, which was the domestic violence, and then the beauty of fashion and collaborating the two. I went on to have a collection that I called Finally Exhaled, which was like it was a turning point, as in where I was with the kind of clothing I was creating. It was also finally feeling like my voice was being heard and feeling like I am a fashion designer. Prior to that, I just felt like I was someone who was aspiring to be a fashion designer. So fashion is my method of telling a story, and there is always a deeper meaning behind the titles of the collections that I've made, and that's how I'm expressing myself. I've had quite a few like proud moments throughout, so it's hard to like really pinpoint just one proud moment or the proudest moment. I think when I took the brand to Miami and I took part in an international fashion show, that was really a moment that I was so proud, because it was such a difficult time in my life and it was a very stressful kind of like to kind of do all by myself. So I was really proud about that. But most recently, I think one of the things that I find gives me a sense of pride is moments when I'm at events and my son is there, because he's been through the whole journey with me and he's always like, that's my mum. So that makes me really, really proud. So yeah, that's probably my proudest moment to date. I've always been about diversity within my campaigns. I launched my very first fashion campaign with an Asian, a black and a white model. This was intentional because when I was coming into the industry, there were very few black models. There wasn't makeup for black models. Actually, on that campaign, the makeup artist didn't have any foundation that suited the model's skin, and rather than him saying that he didn't, he tried to use the darkest tone that he had of foundation for a white or a lighter skin tone on the black model, and I think she felt uncomfortable because she didn't say anything, despite the fact that I had said to her to bring her own foundation, because I was aware that there wasn't enough like makeup artists who cater to black skin. So I've always been very conscious that there wasn't enough noise or enough voices within the black community in fashion. There is a heavy weight on black designers at the moment for us to be very representative of people of colour within our campaigns and be the voice for the black community, which I'm here for. I'm all for it. However, I do feel like sometimes it is a burden that is you can easily get cancelled for if you are not doing it in a way that the black community understands or appreciates. I have faced backlash when I am requesting models that are not of colour, and the backlash has been from people within my community, because there seems to be this idea of maintaining the black pound within the black community, but I don't believe that we should just cater to a black audience because we are a black owned business. I think actually we should diversify our offering so that we cater to everyone. So we are still, diversity doesn't just mean include black people, it means include everybody. So I think when people are trying to shout me down for not having, or I wouldn't say not having, but requesting a model that is tanned as opposed to black, they need to consider that, because it's definitely about being inclusive of everybody, and that's what I try to do within my brand. So part of the Dolls of Decadence brand is the custom made element. So obviously I have my ready to wear, which is made to order, and then I have the custom element where customers will bring either sketches or pictures of things that they would like to have made, and I tweak the design so it's not a direct copy of what is already existing. I prefer to source a piece of fabric or like to see a fabric, because that always gives me inspiration. It's easier than just designing something from my head per se. Sometimes I do get random bursts of inspiration, but definitely sourcing the fabric first and then designing with that fabric in mind is the best way for me to design. It's an exciting process for me because I love making a new design from scratch, because it's something you visualized that you then turn into something real. So it's taking something from a flat piece of fabric and making it three-dimensional. So that's always a really exciting process. Yeah, I definitely prefer that than when I have to remake a design over and over again. Sorry to my customers, but yeah. I like the process of actually sewing. It's quite therapeutic. So I love the sewing process, because that's when you see the finished result at the end of it. That's what you're kind of aiming for. So I want to see from the sketch to the pattern to actually making it. So making it is the best part. Everything else is just hard work. I think pride, I definitely feel like, oh my gosh, I'm good. Look, I made that. So yeah, that's definitely what I think when I make something, especially something that I think is like really challenging. So yeah. The collection is inspired by the heritage of the Dolls of Decadence brand. So I've taken like key elements from designs I've previously done and I've created this collection. So you will see nods to some styles that have previously been part of Dolls of Decadence. There's also nods to my Nigerian heritage, which is, you can see some of the prints and the fabrics that I've used. So yeah, it'll be out in June 2023 and Drop One releases on April 2023 as well.
My name is Villy and I'm a model on the shoot today. My experience of the shoot is that it's been really fun and everyone's been really friendly and welcoming. And also the clothes are really nice too.
Perfect.
Having so much fun. I love the outfits. They're so different. They're definitely giving some vibes and I can't wait to wear some of them in the summer. This is like, you know, going to the beach, but I want everyone to see me.
Last look now. Last bit of energy, ladies. Come on, you can do it. We've just finished shooting the second drop from the Heritage Collection from Dolls of Decadence 2023. It's gone really, really well. We've had a great team. I am happy with the results and the images that I've seen so far. So I'm super excited for that. So for the future of Dolls of Decadence, I'm trying to get it globally recognised and just get it more out there on a larger scale. I am also trying to diversify the service offerings of the type of products I offer. So that's what's happening for the future of Dolls of Decadence, but I'm going to keep all of those cards close to my chest. Just wait and see.